Come to the light. Come to the light. Come, children. Come to the light.
Mike, it's so great to have you here at Griffith Observatory. What brings you here tonight?
I'm filming with the BBC about Planet 9.
And you call it Planet 9 or Planet X?
I call it Planet 9. I feel like Planet X has been talked about for 150 years now, and it has this sort of semi-sordid reputation as being something that crazy people talk about. So we're trying to dissociate ourselves from all that history of Planet X and really give it a name that's descriptive, that's unique, that people will remember what we're talking about. So Planet 9.
Peace, family. This video right here is about NIBIRU, or Planet X. Getting straight to the point, we're going to clear up all the discrepancies about Planet X and if it's fake or not, if it's true or not. And I'm going to be straightforward and proving what Planet X is, or NIBIRU really is, and what's going on with it. So, now, Planet X, aka NIBIRU, is a factually existing object or entity, whatever you want to call it. It's not a planet, it's a ship. It's what you call the mothership. Now, Planet X originally came into our solar system, you can say, in the beginning of this millennium, the 2000 millennium, not this most recent planetary alignment, which happened from January 20th, which is happening now from January 20th to February 20th, but a more recent one in the beginning of this millennium. What happens is the ship enters our solar system and comes closer to the Earth during these planetary alignments, because it is during these planetary alignments, or conjunctions, as you can say, planetary conjunctions, it allows the ship to come closer to the Earth without disrupting the orbit of the planets and throwing off the circulation or the rotation of our solar system. So basically, without destroying our solar system, it has to move closer to us during these planetary conjunctions. Right now is we're in a conjunction right now. It's actually moving more closer. Now, before I go into details, I want to let people know, for those of you who have a hard time believing that this planet is real or this mothership is real, you can go on Google Sky. Right now, Google has a thing where instead of Google Street, where you can look down the street from the satellite, you can look down on our solar system from the satellites, and you can actually see planet NIBIRU behind Pluto. And it is factual. If you don't know how to work Google Sky yourself, you can just go on YouTube and type in Planet X visible on Google Sky, and it'll come up. You can just go on YouTube and type in Planet X visible on Google Sky, and it'll come up. You can just go on YouTube and type in Planet X visible on Google Sky, and it'll come up.
I believe I found NIBIRU on Google Sky. So you open up your Google Sky, you download it for free on Google, and this is what you're gonna do, guys. This is Google opened up. You're going to go to the top where you see this little planet icon. You're gonna click on that. You're gonna go down to where it says Sky. You're gonna click on that. And then it's gonna change the program's view to Google Sky. So you'll see everything in the heavens or space, whichever you prefer to call it. On your top left hand corner, you're going to see a search bar there. You're going to paste the coordinates that I place in the description box down below into the search bar, and you're going to click search. The program will then start sending you to the coordinates that we typed in or paste in, and there we go. Now, according to mythology, got scattered up there. According to old stories from ancient cultures, Sumerians, Mayans, Egypt, they talk about this wing, this planet, sun thing. This is it right here. Like, look at the color. Look at the size, the sheer size. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so I can see it. Look at the wings protruding from it, almost like a comet type thing. You see that? A lot of people will probably say, "Oh, you know, it's comet ice on this NIBIRU." I don't think so. I do not think so at all. I think this right here is Nibiru. Look at the sheer size of that. That shit is huge. But I'm gonna leave the thing down below. I want y'all to search it by yourselves. Tell me what y'all think. Please like, share this, favorite it. Let as many people know about this as possible. I'm out, guys. Peace.
Right now, they're trying to lie and say it's the ninth planet. They've X-Pluto out. Pluto is still a planet. Don't let these crackers tell you Pluto not no planet. Now they're trying to act like, oh, Planet X, the ninth planet. And everybody who they've been saying, such as myself, for years is a conspiracy theorist, is now they're admitting the same shit I've been trying to tell you since I was like 15. Right now, they're trying to lie and say it's the ninth planet. They've X-Pluto out. Pluto is still a planet. Don't let these crackers tell you Pluto not no planet. Now they're trying to act like, oh, Planet X, the ninth planet. Right now, they're trying to lie and say it's the ninth planet. They've X-Pluto out. Pluto is still a planet. Don't let these crackers tell you Pluto not no planet. Now they're trying to act like, oh, Planet X, the ninth planet.
Next, a big finding and discovery in space that has astronomers and plenty of other people excited. Jeffrey Brown has our conversation.
9 planets in the solar system, right? That's what most of us grew up thinking. Well, that ended in 2006 when Pluto was downgraded to a dwarf planet. But now comes news that there might be a 9th planet after all. Researchers at the California Institute of Technology found evidence of a planet with a mass 10 times that of Earth. One of the Caltech astronomers, Mike Brown, joins us now, and I'll add that he is also known as the chief culprit in lowering Pluto's status. His memoir is titled How I Killed Pluto and Why It Had It Coming. And I'll add that he is also known as the chief culprit in lowering Pluto's status. His memoir is titled How I Killed Pluto and Why It Had It Coming. And I'll add that he is also known as the chief culprit in lowering Pluto's status. His memoir is titled How I Killed Pluto and Why It Had It Coming. So sort of making amends here, I guess, Mike Brown?
You know, I don't think of it that way. I think of it as this is something I've been working at for 20 years, and Pluto was just collateral damage along the way.
All right, so let's be as clear as we can about what you have done here. You have not seen this new planet, right? This is something you surmise. Explain to us.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, and it's important to know that no one has actually seen this planet yet. What we've done is felt it, or more precisely, we have seen its gravitational effect on the most distant things in the solar system, and from those gravitational effects, we can tell that it must be out there. And this is the same way that Neptune, for example, was discovered by its gravitational effects on Uranus. So there's a long history of this sort of astronomy.
You're seeing gravitational effects on I gather 6 small bodies out there?
There's actually quite a big collection. There's 6 that are doing one thing, there are 5 more that are doing something else, and then there's another 8 doing something. When you put them all together, it's a pretty big population that are going in directions and moving in ways that they shouldn't be doing unless there's something organizing the whole pattern.
So this is, I don't know if this is a silly question, but this is what confused me. If you can see, or can you see those bodies, why can you not see the planet? If you know those bodies are there for sure.
Yeah, so that's a really good question.
Planet Nibiru is factual. It is the mothership which melanated extraterrestrials are returning to Earth on. It takes this mothership 3,600 years to circumnavigate our solar system as well as another solar system, because we are paired with what you call, we're in a binary solar system. Our galaxy and the 8th and the 19th galaxy are combined. Now, with that being said, our ancestors named our mothership NIBIRU after the Egyptian nature rules or principles Nephthys, aka Nebhet, and Horus, aka Horu. Nephthys, Nebhet, Horus, Horu. Together, the African name for Nephthys is Nebhet, and the African name for Horus is Horu. So using these African names together would be Nebhet or Neb, and then Horu or Horu. Neb Horu. So Nephthys, aka Nebhet, we know was alongside Isis or Aset, being the guardian of Osiris or Asur. We know that Osiris is what? The mind. God, the omnipresent entity, the mind, the creator. So we know that Nebhet is a bodyguard, not a bodyguard, a protector of Osiris, a protector of the mind. And together, Nebhet or Set have a son named Anubis or Anupu. So Anubis is what? righteousness. He helps weigh your soul on the scales of Ma'at. So Set being a god of your lower self and Nephthys being a protector of Osiris have a child which symbolizes righteousness. So the first half of the name of NIBIRU, which is Neb, means the protector of the mind from the lower self, which can only be defeated by righteousness. So the return of NIBIRU is symbolic to the Aquarian age, which will be awakening the mind from this 6,000 year period of unrighteousness we've been traveling the celestial zodiac dome from, which if you watch my video 76 trillion year history of the black race part 4, I break it down. So for 6,000 years we've been living in our lower self, our Set, and now we're going to be defeating that through the oncoming of the Aquarian age, which is the awakening of the mind, Osiris, through righteousness. So Neb, the female Nebhet, the female Nechert, which is the protector of Osiris, the mind. That's the first meaning of the first half. Then Horu, we know, is the son of Isis or Aset in Osiris or Asur. We know that Horus, long story short, without going into a drawn out history of Horus or Horu, you can look him up and look up his etymology without me making this video about him. We know that he is symbolic to what? Son. We know that they stole Jesus, the son of God, from Horu. Horus is symbolic to the sun, and we know that Horu or Horus, the sun, battles Set. And we know that what? The planet is heating up right now. And if you are not a naturally carbonized being, you are going to be incinerated, aka the Caucasian. So we understand that our ancestors, understanding the three wisdoms of the universe which they practiced, which was alchemy, turning lead to gold, aka a dull spirit to a vibrant spirit, astrology, studying the celestial bodies and how they interact with us, and theurgy, if I'm saying it right, Theurgy, theurgy, which is rituals, which is how to invoke the first two I just named, which was alchemy and astrology. So we understand our ancestors, understanding these sciences, named our mothership Neb-Haru in order to give us the meaning of when this ship returns, it will be symbolic to the reawakening of the mind from Set, which is the lower self, and due to the activation of righteousness, aka our DNA codons awakening due to us entering the Aquarian age and getting out of this 6,000 years of Set, as well as Horu, the sun heating up. The sun is why in the Bible, because we know that Jesus is plagiarized from Horus, Horu. So we know that they say revelations will take place with the return of the Son of God. We know that the sun, literally in the sky, is coming with the earth, I should say, is coming closer to the sun and is heating up. So Nib-Haru is a sign of all of these prophecies taking place. So the return of Planet X, aka Nib-Haru, is symbolic to the restoration of the black race, us getting back on our throne, returning back to righteousness from our lower selves through the awakening of our minds, our Osiris, due to coming into contact with the Aquarian age, as well as the return of the sun, Horu, is heating up, coming back into our favor. Anything that is not natural to this planet will be incinerated. Now, that is the meaning of the name Neb-Haru, as well as the personal effects that Nib-Haru has on this planet is a lot. Nib-Haru is 4 times larger than planet Earth, and what's happening is, if you don't know, Africa is the only continent which is rooted to the ground. So what happens is, all of these other continents are going to be affected by the gravitational and electromagnetic field that this craft gives off. And the water is actually starting to shift. You can actually look right now on the planet Earth, and you can see that the sea levels are rising if you look it up. You can see that the sea levels are rising if you look it up. You can see that the sea levels are rising if you look it up.
NASA has observed the Earth getting warmer and the sea level getting higher. What's the connection? Just like mercury in a thermometer, water expands when it's heated, and Earth's ocean is taking in more than 90% of the heat from global warming. That's a lot. Water temperatures also cause a lot of the ice to melt, and it ends up in the ocean. A child born today can expect the ocean to rise between 1 and 4 feet in their lifetime. In the United States alone, nearly 5 million people live within 4 feet of the local high tide level. That could mean increased flooding from storm surges. And as the ocean rises, its salt water can mix with our rivers and groundwater, which is where many people get fresh water for drinking and farming. So there's no question that sea level is rising. NASA can measure it from space, but what are we going to do about it? some communities are taking steps to adapt, and others are working to address the cause, global warming. It's a big challenge, but hey, we'd better be up for it, because right now, good old Earth is the only planet we've got.
So you see all these Caucasians and billionaires trying to buy land in Africa, but then they keep showing us negative depictions of Africa on TV to not make us go back so that it can be more room for them in our homeland. Why is this? Because if you look at the geographical landscaping of Africa, it goes up like a mountain. So this is why the Nile River in Egypt seems to flow in the opposite direction. Because as you go from South Africa to North Africa, it is actually rising in land level from sea level. So as the planet is actually beginning to flood due to the return of NIBIRU, as well as it is heating up due to the sun, Africa will be a safe haven for us who are the original people. So the Caucasian not only is trying to go underground or leave the planet to escape his inevitable fate, he's trying to actually trick us out of our homeland and go to our homeland in order to use that as a safe haven. So when you see FEMA camps and shit like that, you know who those is for. Those is for us. Meanwhile, he's going to try to put himself in our land. So this is why they want to use population control and depopulate the planet, because if they can kill off as many black people as they can, then it won't be too much of a fight being put up against them in order to inhabit our land, which they won't be able to live at anyway because they're going to get incinerated. So they just a desperate attempt to save themselves. But that is the meaning of the word NIBIRU. Now, NIBIRU is the mothership. This is where smaller extraterrestrial crafts land and dock after visiting our planet to do whatever it is that they're doing for that time. The New World Order is about trying to defend this land from the awakening of our DNA due to Aquarian Age, as well as the return of the Anunnaki on planet Nibiru, which can be seen right now. So with that being said, black people, it's finna get real. It's already getting real. So prepare yourselves and free your minds, because with our mentality, we can change reality. Literally. So understand our power, black people. Understand that planet Nibiru is in our favor. Don't let nobody lie to you and tell you it's white people in there. Don't let them tell you that white people is aliens. There ain't no fucking such thing as a white extraterrestrial. That's a lie. White, anything white is unnatural to the universe. Anything in the universe has to have melanin. Even reptilians have melanin. That's why they're green, because they have somewhat of a carbon-based pigment, which turns them to color green, just like plants. So there is no Caucasian. There is no such thing as a white extraterrestrial. None of that lie shit. Ain't no reptilians on planet X. It's black people on that shit. So with that being said, do your research. Like I always say, do your research. If you don't believe what I'm saying, do your research. Play this video back. Go research everything I said verbatim till you prove the truth to yourself. With that being said, family, free your mind and join the battle, because it's already going on with or without you. Peace.